Computer. So what's up, bro? How you been?
Good, you?
You know what? I'm excited about this thing we're gonna do, which is us talking about our background in military, talking
Oh yeah.
about our experiences, individual experiences, talking about how we know each other. But more than anything, bro, I want to talk about successes, right? And And through those successes, though, we have a lot of challenges. Shit, I be just slipping every fucking day. And my
Yeah.
biggest thing is like right now, trying to not cuss on video. That's gonna be the first one. So that's gonna be one of my first ones. But I'm excited about what we're gonna get going, man. And like I said, man, like it was good touching base with you, It was good like rekindling that relationship. Um, no homo. Or is it no Diddy? I don't know.
I don't know, bro. So before we get going, what's the no cussing thing about?
I
Is it
don't
just something
know. I don't know.
you're into?
So I don't want to get into a habit of maybe not cussing, because in some places I can't cuss, So I'm trying to
Got
break
it.
through that right now for me. I think for a veteran channel, I think we got to be fucking veterans. Speak our mind.
Yeah, bro. Well, you gotta be you, right? You gotta
Yay?
whatever. Listen, bro. Whatever fucking sounds right, sounds right. And see, 'cause I'm not gonna be able to not cuss.
I shoot it. That's what I want to know.
That's just who I am, then.
So
You
this is
know. So like,
episode one. It's our first fucking test run. We don't even know what we're recording on. We're recording on
yeah.
Zoom right now, but we don't know what platform we're gonna use, how we're gonna edit, how we're gonna do anything. My name is Aldo Ocampo, AO Pathways, with my boy Jesse Loring. Introduce yourself, bro.
Hey, that's me. That's me. I'm Jesse. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, and as you guys
I'm just
could
out here,
tell,
man.
he loves cameras. So we're gonna let him take the freaking lead here in a few things. But I got a few things I wanna see. Like, first of all, I think we should establish some kind of like um SOPs,
Okay. Yeah. So
right? So
like a blueprint,
mostly
like how you want to run
yeah, how we
like a
want to run it,
structure.
how we want to do this.
Yeah.
It's a team, right?
For sure. For sure.
Um, so ultimately though, the message is to reach out to veterans, like-minded veterans, maybe have them join us on a few podcasts here and there. We're still gonna try to work through our structure once a month, and then we'll see what we develop from there. What Jesse comes up with, what ideas we could come up with together as a team, and then I don't know, maybe we expand on it, maybe we don't. We don't know, but we know we need to touch base with some of our fellow brothers and sisters out there um, that are stuck in the grind, whether that's emotional, mental, physical, who the fuck knows, right? We all got some shit in us, and we're all just trying to make it happen. We're all just trying to be good parents, good brothers, good sisters, good aunts, uncles, good members of society. But there's some shit that the military, unfortunately, um, through the ups and the lows, sometimes it's hard to walk away from, right? So that's how me and Jesse connected or reconnected again. Um, but I'm gonna let Jesse jump in here and talk about his experience and how what he remembers when connecting with me and connecting as his brothers and sisters and what he's been going through. But yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Damn, going back, I mean, we're going back what, 15 years, 14, 15 years, bro, when we first met each other. Yeah, so it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Man, I can't even remember. Like, there was so much going on back then, dude. I was young,
Was
you
it all
know.
that booze?
Yeah. Bro, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. And I'm 5 years sober now, bro, and I'm loving it.
God.
I absolutely love it. It's been an amazing journey to get to this point, man. It really has. Um, I wouldn't change any of it, dude. Like, I mean, this right now in this moment wouldn't even be happening if every single thing prior to it didn't fall the way that it did, right? Like it was needed, and at this point in my life, I feel like it was guided, you know. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to begin, bro. I'm kind of just
Tell us a little bit about your background.
my background. So I was 11 Bravo in the United States Army. I went to Afghanistan 2013. What a shit show, bro. What a fucking shit show. Uh, and that's all right. I mean, we all came home, right? Most of us, I mean, everyone in our company, we came home for sure.
Happy.
Um, but looking back on it, bro, what a fucking just wild ride, dude. Like, just being able to stand here with my legs and my fucking arms. Miracle. Fucking miracle, dude. You know, I think back on it constantly. Like, some days I'll catch myself just like drifting off. I watch a lot of sunsets, bro. I love them. Out back here at the house, like there's this huge pond and like a big beaver dam and everything, and the sun will come down like right behind me and it just shines the whole area. And I often think while I'm looking at that, I look back and I'm like, damn, bro, I remember those ones out just like on the guard tower. Remember when we were that front fucking guard tower, bro? And like if you look behind, the sun would just, it would be fucking huge, man. And yeah, yeah, I think about that a lot. Um, but so anyways, I know I kind of went off on a tangent for a second. Um,
What's expected from 11 bang bangs? I mean,
yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, my thoughts, they're all over the place for a lot of the day and just regurgitating them now. But then we get back, and I don't know about you, bro, but I could not wait to get home and just have a fucking whiskey or a beer or both. Like it was just I needed to keep the party rolling, man. I needed to keep the fucking party rolling however I could. And I found risky behavior stateside was really one of the only ways to do it. Um, and from what I remember, man, a lot of us were going through that same type of mentality. Uh, so I separated from the military a few months after we got back, probably about 4 or 5 months. Um, I came home. I thought everything was going to be great, and it wasn't. It was interesting. I didn't know it at the time, but like the world moves on, dude. The world keeps moving. Like no one gives a fuck that we're over on the other side of the world, bro. Everything still kept rolling along, and so it was different when I got back, right? And trying to trying to handle that and reconcile with it and understand it all at the same time while I was wilding out on my own was an interesting experience to say the least. Um, so I ended up getting a divorce, um, which was crazy because that was the reason I came home, right? I wanted to come home and I wanted to be there. I just had a son that was born like right when we got fucking back, bro. Like we hit that 96-hour pass, and then like 3 weeks later we were able to come home, and my son was born while I was home on leave, and so I was just trying to get back there, and then we got together. I bought a house. We started the whole fucking like the whole family, bro. Like white picket fence, like American dream, bro. This is what I fought for, right? And that lasted all of like 6 months, and we got a divorce. You know, um, I had gotten a little bit worse with the drinking, um, dabbled in a few other things, and at that point, she just couldn't do it no more, neither could I, and so we separated. And then, as luck would have it, I found another woman, and we started a life. It's always about a woman, man, Always, bro. And she was my saving grace. She really was an angel in disguise. You know, um, I thought I was doing bad before, but man, when her and I got together in this house, and there were 5 kids, bro. The oldest was only 12, and then we had like 2 7-year-olds and 2 3-year-olds. It was a crazy time, and I went even more off the handles, bro. I found a new level, and I mean, I was just pounding them down, bro. It was bad. I mean, let's put it this way, dude. At some points, I would buy like those little airplane bottles of liquor, and
hmm
I'd keep 5 of them in my night bed, dude, my nightstand, so
hmm
that I could wake up in the middle of the night and drink a couple.
You were thirsty.
Bro, I was shaking, bro.
Dang.
Yeah, like a dog shitting razor blades, man. Just, you know. And so I needed it just to go back to sleep. Um, and that went on for about 4 years, man. And she finally said, "No, I can't handle it no more." And and she grabbed her kids and she left. And from there, that's where I found rock bottom. I spiraled all the way down till I hit it. And looking back on it now, like I realize there's no place to build a foundation like rock bottom, bro. Like that's solid. You know, that's not going anywhere if you can find that place and start building from there. Um, and for the last 5 years, that's what it's been, man. Just I let me go back a little bit. I did after Nicole left, after we'll have to beat that part out. After she left, bro. Hey, it's first one. Come on, come
This is it.
on. When she left and took the kids, I got even worse to the point where the an incident happened and the state came in and took my children from me. And so that really forced me to start reevaluating shit and getting everything. But I had dug such a deep hole, bro. It ended up taking 2 years to dig myself out of that. I ended up getting sober. I got the kids back. Um, and you know, and we've been working real hard
Talk
ever
about a
since
wake-up
then.
call, huh?
And yeah, yeah, definitely. And now, you know, now I just try to share my experiences and what I learned and how I was able to overcome things. And, you know, I just want to help the next one, man. Just, you know, that's really what it's really all about, just turning around and lifting someone else up, you
And I
know.
want to come back. I have a ton of questions, bro, because like, I'm about to get into my shenanigans too and share a little bit of mine. But I have a ton of questions about that journey after the military. And man, like there's a saying that I heard, don't quote me exactly. I'm gonna have to go back and research it. Us fucking 11 bang bang. Sometimes we're a little off a rocker, but says, what do you lose when you lose everything? And what is there to gain when you have lost everything? Like, what do you gain? And do you lose? What is it that you lose when you lost everything? To your point about hitting rock bottom. Um, I mean, we could probably lose material stuff, right? We lose relationships. Um, but as long as we don't lose ourselves, that's that's what's key. And I think that's what a lot of us struggle with, men and women. And I think it even transcends and crosses over to just like outside the military, but it's keep it between us brothers and sisters. Like that's something that we get stuck. We get stuck on this time where it's like to your point about the fucking world goes on, bro. Who the fuck are we?
You're right.
Like, who the fuck are we? We're out there doing shit, thinking we're doing something. And And it's unfortunate for the younger soldiers, younger generation, new soldiers that come in. They probably don't have a lot, understand a lot what's going on. They don't, they're not, um, for whatever reason, they're probably not interested in knowing what's going on, right? The reality behind those layers of why we're there, which is a whole different topic we'll
Right?
get
That's
into
right.
another day. But I believe you knew that. You knew why you were there and you knew why you were there. Um right? Not just what they sold us, not just what Uncle Sam sold us, right? When we signed that blank check, which I don't regret doing. I met someone like you. I met a lot of brothers and sisters. It opened up the whole fucking world to me when I joined the military. I didn't even know what grits were. I didn't know what I didn't know what like baked beans were. I was so freaking sheltered, first generation Mexican. Like I had no fucking clue. I didn't know. I went into a chow hall the first day in basic and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna eat? I don't know none of this. I know eggs and bacon. I know that shit. Um, but getting out, like I ended up getting out 2015. I did Iraq and Afghanistan, 2 tours. Same company, never really got to move around a lot, so I was a little chapped about the military giving me the big green weenie, never let me fucking roll out and go anywhere. Um, but again, going back to your point, like otherwise, shit, this minute wouldn't be happening because I wouldn't have met you if I would have rolled somewhere else, you know? So, um, things happen for a reason, and I have after my first deployment in Iraq, I came back home to a lady that wanted to leave me, right? So I had twins with her, and I joined the military so we can leave California. I can do my part, leave California and raise my children and have a family. And apparently, the military just took too much of my time, too much of our time, and I was never home. And I came back from Iraq to nothing. They were back in California, you know? So um, that's what happened. And I thought about getting out after that first initial contract, and I even thought about going and joining the LAPD, and I went through all the like 7-step process. I went through like 5-step process, and I ended up saying no, you know, like by that time the relationship was so ruined. I figured I was just going to relapse in a sense of like allow myself to allow myself to give into peer pressure being back home in California, which is a place I needed to get away from and run away from for a lot of things, you know. And so I ended up re-enlisting and staying in, and you know that's how I met you, and I met a lot of folks because you know we ended up going to Afghanistan. And you know before I went to Afghanistan I met this gal, and she was in the military, and you know hit it off. It was amazing, you know. Come back, it was amazing. And you know, apparently I got told because I had now 2 divorces in. So no happy family, you know, no family. I had a child with this other relationship, 7-year old who I have almost 100% rights to. It's 50-50 per paperwork, but she's with me 24/7. So I love that. And
Hell yeah.
but yeah, point is like, you know, I guess she couldn't deal with my PTSD, with my rigidness, with the way I was. I was also really crazy. Let's just go, you know, like there's the biggest risk is not taking one. Let's just fucking go. Whatever it was, you know, like I would mess around. I started smoking a lot of weed. I'd mess around. I drank a lot. I started losing myself, you know, and like anyone else, we're just kind of we wake up, we're like robots. We just do it, right? And then slowly things just kind of fall like leaves, right? Like shit, where's my wife? What happened to my wife? Like, you know, what's going on here? What happened to my house? And anyway, um, and that really made me think, like, man, like, what am I doing? You know, and I was still stuck in that mentality, like hard ass mentality, like just fucking whatever, just keep driving on, whatever, just keep driving on. And in many ways, God bless the service, and in many ways, what the fuck, you know, what the fuck, because
That's right.
um, it shouldn't be fucking just fucking drive on, you know. We should really fucking look in and get to know each other, know ourselves first, know ourselves, and understand what really makes us tick. And we're just running away. We were just running away from fucking problems, you know. Like we are running away from problems all the fucking time. Why don't we want to deal with them? I don't fucking know. I don't know, but there's a lot of us like that out there, right? And that's why we're together here trying to share our experiences. Um, when I joined the military, first generation, I wanted to make sure that the Ocampo family had their name in the books. Like we did our part. You know, my parents' first generation. You know, they came in. I'm the oldest. Now they're business owners in California. They're citizens now. They do everything. They employ people. They help out. I wanted to do my part, and that's why I joined. I didn't join when I was young. My pops talked me out of it. He said they're gonna fucking send you to the front lines and get you killed. Well, I got offered 13 jobs, and none of them was 11 Bravo. So he doesn't know that. But I asked for that,
Does
and I said,
now.
"Fucking let's do this. I want to kick doors and fucking blow shit up. Where do I sign?" And the counselor was like, "Bro, I didn't even offer you that." There's like, "No, I didn't offer you that." And I was like, "So you're saying I can't do it?" And he's like, "No, you can do it, but like you got all these jobs you can do." And yeah, as you're getting out, you're like, "What the fuck?" I was thinking like, "Shit, I'm gonna be all guard, fucking glad, fucking, you know, fucking, I'm gonna be on a fucking Segway on a fucking at a mall, you know, like." Fuck.
Right. Yeah, bro. You know, we grew up on fucking Rambo and all these fucking movies, bro. And you know, you finally get the chance. I don't know if it was like that for you, but for me, I was like, you know what? Fuck yeah, man. Like, I'm going to make some stories. Um, when I went into the recruiter's office, he's like, yeah, so I was like, I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. I don't want it. I was like, I want 11 Bravo. Whatever we got to do, fucking make it happen, bro. Make it happen. And he did, for me, it took me over a year to get the waivers, and I had to have a colonel sign off and shit. Like I had a crazy past before the military, bro.
Okay, let's get into that. Let's get into that.
Okay.
We'll break it in. Okay, so tell me your process, your experience trying to join the military.
Oh
What
man,
was
what
that
a
like and why? I want to know that. That's a good way to start it. Let's
okay,
do
okay,
this.
okay. Yeah, yeah. So um let's see. I had found out that Claire was going to be born, my daughter, and literally the next day, I was older like you, bro. I was 24 when I joined, and when I found out that Claire was born, I said, "All right, man," because I was not doing shit with my life, man. I was going down a bad road quick. I mean, there was nothing to do around here. The opioid epidemic was in full swing in rural America, bro, and we were getting hit hard. And and I was no different. And so I was like, fuck, man, I got to make something happen. And my uncles were, they were Rangers in Vietnam. My other uncle was 101st. My grandfather was First Infantry Division. Like it rolled deep in my blood, and I was just so disconnected from source, disconnected from myself, disconnected from everything, dude, that I didn't even realize it till years later. Like the lineage of frontline warriors that was in my family. Um, and so so yeah, that's what I did. I went down. I said, "Fuck, man, I got to do something now, right?" And so I went down. I talked to the recruiter, and I mean, I had smoked on my way down, bro. Smoked weed, so I had to wait for that. First off, we kept taking drug tests for 7 weeks, um, until I finally passed one, and all that time he was hyping it up and talking about the military. Oh, you're gonna be part of a team, Loring. He started calling me Loring, bro. No one had ever done that before. Like I felt a part of something, right? Like I mean, he grabbed me with camaraderie quick. And I was well into my 20s at this point. So I mean, the power of connection is amazing when you really think about it. Like just in those little bits of connection, like it drove me along, right? Because he pulls up my rap sheet and like my criminal record, and bro, that fucking thing is this thick, dude. I mean, I've been doing some stuff since I was like 13, 14, right? Driving infractions, drunken fights, driving with a suspended license, like the list goes on and on, bro.
Perfect
Just
fit for the army.
yeah, oh yeah, they fucking loved me. But you had to get waivers back then. So I had to find a colonel that would overlook all that shit and sign off and let me go. Then I had to get a medical waiver. And then they had like psych evaluations. Like they went pretty hard with me, which was weird because when I got to the unit, and I don't know if you remember, but there was a guy that we had at the unit that went fucking nuts, bro. And he was like, dude, I shared a room with this motherfucker for like 2 months when we first got there. And they ended up chaptering him out because he went like super crazy. And so I was like, how the fuck did this motherfucker get through his psych evaluation?
Army
We
must
came
be
at the same
desperate.
time. Yeah. Something's fucked up here, man. Um,
And he got a bonus.
yeah, and he got a bonus, bro. They gave me $1,000, bro. I think after taxes, it was like $720. Like, get the like, what are we doing here? You
And the
know?
army keeps rolling
Oh,
along.
for sure, dude. They sure did. Yeah, and so we just went through, and it was like a 9 month process, dude. My daughter had been born before I left for basic. She was born, and I got a month with her before they ended up shipping me out. Yeah. How about you? What was yours like?
Oh man. So I really wanted to join. I always wanted to join. After my father talked me out of it. So I thought I was gonna be a professional soccer player when I was young. I had a full athletic scholarship to ASU. But I was young and dumb and full of cum. I got offered to pay $100 at age 15, 16. One game a week. $100 in the 90s, 96 is a lot of dollars once a week.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was playing with adults, and anyway, ended up getting my knee jacked up, Everyone found out, obviously. I lost my shit. And I said, well, I'm not gonna fucking get a fucking academic scholarship, so what the fuck do I do now? Got it. Continuation school. I only have to go to school from 8 a.m. to 11:20 a.m. Fucking let's do this. So I did everything in my power to get kicked out of regular high school, and it happened because whatever you put your mind to it, you could do it. So I got kicked out of
Right?
regular high school, and then I went to continuation school, and I went to school maybe 5 days in a year and a half. Never went to school because I knew I could get my GED. So that's what I was prepping for. In the meantime, I'm doing construction, but fast forward, get my GED. I'm doing construction. My pops talks me out of like not going, and I fall into some crazy shit. Same things, just like you, rap sheet, the whole nine. Brrr. And then, I'm about to have my twins. I'm like, shit. That's why we talked. All right, let's join, we'll leave, and we'll start a happy family. Well, I had probation, and the recruiter, well, first Marines didn't want to take me. No one else wanted to take me because of my rap sheet, my probation, the whole nine. So I had to figure that out. And just like you, I got paraded, and I went to three different battalions, or I think it was three different battalions. I got paraded by my counsel, by my recruiter. He took me to three different spots, got three different colonels to sign, and then finally the last thing was the freaking probation. So I asked a buddy for a favor. He was clean cut. He was always in the military, right out of high school. And I'm like, hey, bro, like I need to change my life. This is it. Do me a favor. You know me since like we were like 6 years old. So, were you willing to do me this favor? And he did, man. He took time out of his freaking busy life, put on the freaking uniform, went to court with me. And mind you, my recruiter had already gave up on me because he's like, man, we did all this stuff. I was also popping hot every freaking week for weed for like 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, he kept didn't believe me. He's like, you're still smoking, you still keep. I was like, no, man, I'm seriously, I have not smoked since I told you. And he's like, it's going on a freaking half a year. So he gave up on that. He gave up on the fact that I had that stuff. But anyway, my buddy didn't. Universe didn't. I went, and the judge calls my name. I'm like, sweet. So walk up. I'm like, hey, blah blah blah. Not one freaking word to me. Judge just goes like this. Are you with him? Talks to my buddy. Yeah, come up. Comes up. He talks. He's like, blah blah blah. I know he's got this, but I know him. I know what he does. I know what he's up to, and he's just looking to change his life. And man, like 2 of his minutes changed the rest of my life because the judge looked at him and said, "You hear your friend? He believes in you. You better believe in yourself." Stamped that thing, lifted my probation, which I still had 7 years on. And I said, I told my boy, I love you, bro. Like, thank you. And I fucking booked it straight to the recruiter's office. I started strutting, like strutting in, like dun 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 dun. Like serious. I was excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop that packet there. He starts reading. He's like, how the fuck did you do this? He's like, did you get a stamp? He didn't believe me. I was like, nah, bro, go to the fucking course. He's like, you can't do this. I'm like, what do you mean I can't? He said, well, how did you do it? I was like, and I told him, I was like, hey, this happened. And he's like, bullshit. And I was like, well, are you gonna fucking get me in or not? He's like, fuck it, let's do this. And sure enough,
Hell
I got in, and then eventually, like a month and a half, I pissed clean, so he was ready to go. I throw on my backpack one morning. I'm leaving my house. Jump on my fucking Suzuki SV 650. I used to pop wheelies on, and I'm chilling. I look down. I'm on 24 miles an hour. I look up. And I'm like, okay, I'm clear to go. And as I'm going, a fucking Sequoia cuts me off, ran right into that fucking truck. And then I'm just looking up, and I could see like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah,
so I start cussing out God because that's all I could think about, I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not gonna go out like this. This is not how the fuck I go out. And then a fucking elephant sits on my chest, and I wake up in the hospital. Anyway, I was on my way to do my final signing. He was gonna take me to counseling, counseling MEPS.
yeah. Yeah.
So I could sign and go. And I got smashed like a fucking
Mm.
Sequoia. But anyway, that took me out a year and I still came back and I redid it. I left a lot of money on the table. I didn't want to sue nobody. I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to get on with my life. And and yeah, that's how I joined. I was able to, and then the family I was trying to have, she ended up
Right.
leaving.
That's wild, man. I didn't know that about you. That's crazy. It's interesting that you went right to blaming God, right? Like, I mean, dude, I've been there too. Like it's so easy to do, and it's like, man, like
Yeah, because I was like, there's no fucking way. So, and we'll talk more about like veterans backgrounds and what gets us there, right? And some are like fresh out of high school, and some of us like Lauren and I, we've experienced some life, right? Um, but there was other times. There was other times he could have taken me out. Like, there's no way I'm going 24 miles an hour chilling on a motorcycle when I used to like sit on the fucking bike, doing the Jesus Christ pose. I'm popping wheelies on the motorcycle on the freeway at 65. I'm racing cars down fucking canyons.
right, right.
Like, he's gonna knock me out at 24 miles an hour. Bullshit. That's what I
Right.
said. The fuck am I gonna go out like this?
Yeah.
That's where my anger was. I was like, bro, like I've been in shootouts before. I've been in knife fights. What the fuck? To
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this? No fucking way.
And it's almost like in times like that, I don't know about you, but for me, I find that times like that, it's like God's testing me, right? Like, are you sure this is what you want? And if it is, you can't just tell me this time. Like, you're gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to show me with patience, with faith, with discipline, with motivation, inspiration, all of that shit. On the days you don't want to, you're still gonna have to, right? And like, and that's what you did. You're like, no, like one, you're not taking me out at 24 miles an hour. It's not happening. I'm sorry, but I'm cutting the contract right there. It's not happening. And two, I'm going to show you exactly what I want and how I'm going to get there, and that faith to just keep getting up every day is like that's it, man. That's the driving force. And guys like you, like me, the ones that stand up and say, okay, let's go do this. Like we already have that underlining, like it's there, bro. It's already there. And that gets me into like what you were talking about where we feel like we're just robots, like kind of jumping forward to like coming home from the war or like even when you're in, man, like these motherfuckers they completely hack your nervous system, all of it, the sympathetic, the parasympathetic, like they know what the fuck they're doing, and I'm talking about the army, bro. I'm talking about
Oh,
the
I know.
DOD. Like, like they know what the fuck they're doing and they have it to a science, bro. And that's one of the things. Like when I learned that, it not easy, but it was very simple to understand. All we got to do is back engineer it, and they know how to do that too. They just don't. It's expensive. It's a fucking, I mean, think of all the time that they took you through like basic training, dude. That's 16 weeks for us. That whole experience, yeah, I mean it's physical and it's emotional and all these, but all of that cortisol and all of those hormones and everything running through your nervous system, like they know how to hack that shit from the day you get there to the day you leave, bro. Like they really did, and they tell you the whole time, we're gonna break you down to build you up. Yeah, motherfucker, you're like completely rewiring me. Why don't you start using the right terminology and maybe then I'll understand what the fuck's happening, right? But they don't want that. They don't want you to know what they're doing, you know. You know,
That's so true though.
crazy, man. So, yeah, but that's wild, dude.
Hey, you know what though? And I think I mentioned this to you. Um, is I'm not like the most religious man, right? Like I don't like practice it. I'm a believer. I believe in God. God creates everything. When I speak about the universe, but I'm speaking about God. Um, our faith keeps us going, right? When we were in those situations in the military in those times, whether it was training, whether it was on tour, dealing with a tough situation with a commander or someone, that was in charge of us, because it can be fucked up, like there's some people that are in charge of us.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are they doing being in charge of anybody? But
Bro, you ain't
faith
kidding.
in God, and
Yeah, yeah.
it keeps us going. So that'll be something I do want to touch on when we continue, as we continue these talks on this podcast channel, which actually actually let's have you even thought about what we're gonna call this?
Fuck no, bro. I have no I have no idea. You know, we can call it whatever we want, man.
You know
Um,
what? Maybe in episode 2 we'll figure it out.
yeah, yeah.
Have something straight up. I will tell you though, um, I don't know if you've been playing around with some music, AI music.
No, I haven't been.
So I have an intro and an outro for like my uh which we'll get into what we're doing right as we continue this stuff, and why Jesse and myself are doing this for many reasons, but mostly is again we want to share the success. Ultimately, we want to talk about the bullshit. We want to fucking have a good time. We want to laugh. We want to network, connect people, and make sure that we galvanize. Like, sometimes we need to, going back to military talk, we need to complete the mission. We absolutely need to complete the mission. And really what we're trying to do is make sure that others know that it's okay to still tone down, and it's okay to feel. It's okay to to like not understand, not know, um, but ultimately be successful. Like whatever that means. If that means being at peace, that's success, right? But
That's the ultimate success, my man.
yeah,
You know, everything else falls into place when we find peace within ourselves. It really does, you know. Um, you'd
how
said,
do you find peace? Even like let's we'll break it down just to like short segments here, but
yeah, yeah.
say you're having a fucking shitty day, a week, how do you like do you have a routine? Like is there something you do, and without getting into too much detail, we'll continue this on, but like just overall, do you have a routine that helps you kind of reset, kind of get back and be like, ah, snap out of it?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Well, like with anything, man, I mean, starting the day with a solid routine is key, man. It's crucial, right? I'm sure you've seen the videos of guys that talk about like making their bed, right? Like little shit like that is really that's key, bro. You know, and following the same sequence of events every morning. Like with me, it's dude, I go right into meditation personally. Like within the I it's got to be within the first 5 minutes of waking up. But I try for like two. I try to just I put on some tea and let that brew and then go into meditation. So it's nice and set when I get done. Um, and then from there, you just build on the other things. In the moment, I mean, I find that when I start my day with gratitude, like everything else is so much easier. You know, just, I mean, thankful for the little shit, bro. I'm thankful for all the bad that's happened, all the good that's happened. I'm thankful for the unknown, trying to pull myself out of the predictable future. And that if you do it long enough, and I mean like fucking 5 days, bro. Like if you play this game of starting to pull yourself out of the predictable future and jumping into the unknown present, like it becomes a game, dude, and anything can fucking happen. And that's where the real magic starts, you know? And so like what I'm trying to think, like I get kind of pissed off, but I make jokes about it, dude. You know, I mean, I'm thankful to be able to laugh. I focus on how it used to be versus where I am today. Anytime I get down, you know, that's a huge thing because it's real, it's tangible. You know, I can look at myself in the mirror and say, "Oh, you physically look different than you did when you lost your kids." I can go inside into, that inner space in my head and I can see how much more clear it looks than when it used to. You know, like when I first started meditating, like these spaces that I would try to create inside the inner world were like graffiti or like downtown fucking, inner city shit. Like it was chaos everywhere. And now it's not, like now it's more filled with nature and running water and fucking sunsets, bro. Like I just that calming feeling inside that inner world is ultimately and 100% reflected in my outer world. And so the more I cultivate that inside, the more the outside can't really change. You know, you really become at peace with yourself, and the rest of the world kind of falls in line, even
Man.
when it gets hard, bro.
I love to hear that and how do we duplicate that and extend it out, right? Like how can we push that out? Um, because I think about that. I think about my struggles and everything you just said. It's you know you can see you can feel that you're in such a different place just by what you've been sharing and even saying like I don't even get upset. Like I laugh about stuff. Like that's peace. Like that's peace. Like understanding that someone else's behavior shouldn't affect you. Not being in control shouldn't affect you. Um, but like you said, we get programmed like we run on coffee and hate.
Yeah,
Like that's a fucking thing. And
for
we all
sure.
just laugh about it. We all just laugh about it, like we run on coffee and fucking hate. Whiskey and hate. We got
Yeah, yeah,
t-shirts fucking all over the place. Hats and fucking you name it, right? Like it's a thing. Can nothing break me down? Meanwhile, we don't know that we're getting fucking chiseled the fuck away.
yeah,
And
for
then we leave
sure.
the service, and then that's why I think I learned just recently, and don't fact check me, motherfuckers. I'm gonna go back and check, but the number's not 22. It's not 21 or 22 a day anymore. It's like 40 something, like 43, 44 a day.
Yeah,
And then
I agree with you. I think I've read the same stuff.
yeah, and then there's
Yeah.
a ton like homelessness. Like, man, there's veteran homelessness is a fucking real deal.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm tough. I'm tough love and like not too long, 2023, I was contemplating being one of them. 2023, I was contemplating being one of them. I was like, well, fuck, like I don't really care. Like material stuff, I don't really care for it, like everything fell apart, I try to do this, I try to do that, nothing seems to work because I'm trying to be in control. I'm trying to like do things from a certain perspective, from a certain standpoint, and it just wasn't working out. And no matter what I did, I just kept failing and fucking failing and failing. And I was like, well, fuck, I just I got VA, like I can go to the VA and go to the medical, like I could do that. I'm smart enough to do that. Probably live in my car. I was seriously contemplating that. That was a little less than 2 years ago. A little less than 2 years ago. So that was like a real thing in my life, like where, and for a little while, actually, I did live in my car in 2023. So, that happened, but I'm back in my house. I didn't let that defeat me, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I do care. I do have faith, and I said, man, this is just another challenge. It's another opportunity to remake myself, and well, fuck, here we are. Like, I got my house back, so I'm not living on the streets. Um, but I had to change how I dealt with things, how I viewed things, how I understood things even. Like perception is a motherfucker, like I didn't know I was doing a lot just by the way I was not allowing myself to think or intake new information. I just wasn't receptive to taking new information, and that was killing me. That was putting me down, and um luckily I leaned on a mentor um and it helped me out, and I started seeing things like, okay, I can't control everything. So if I can't control everything, okay. And what people do to me is not because they want to do that to me. Like they're dealing with their own shit. So if they're cutting me off on the fucking freeway, they're cutting me off at the street, grocery store, they flip me off, whatever, I just smile or I just hold still and I don't let it affect me. Which before I would, I'd be like, let's fucking do this. Let's fucking
Yep.
do this, Let's fucking do
Yep.
this. And that changed my fucking life. That changed my life slowly but surely, like the drip. I just allowed myself, and it was tough. I was told by somebody, people are gonna think you're fucking crazy. They're gonna literally think you're cuckoo, crazy. He's all, she said, just stay firm, stay on your path, and trust the process, have faith, and love yourself. More than anything, love yourself. Be your authentic self. Which is another thing. Is fucking nuts. I was told when I first joined, I was told this not too long ago by someone like, man, Aldo, like I met him through the military too. And he's like, man, when you first joined, like you were there, like I'm a specialist. I've already been in for like 2.5 years. I had like two tours already under me, but like no one wanted to fuck with you. No one wanted to fuck with you. You're just a private. No one wanted to fuck with you. And it's because I was already hardened before from all the shit that I did before. So like to me, it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? At least here, you're not gonna kill me. Like you're
Right.
not gonna kill me. Like, so I was just like, just put me through whatever test. But um, it just, I guess I just had this like hardened mentality. This like, I need to be a hard ass. I need to be a hard ass. And I didn't walk like that. I don't think I did. And you can correct me down the road later, bro. But I don't think I did. But here I was. Here I fucking was 24 fucking 7. And when I let go of that, when I fucking shed that fucking mask, took off all that fucking armor, I'm like, I love to fucking break dance. I love to karaoke and dance. And like I said,
Yeah.
fuck it. That's what I do now in the gym. I walk and talk like I want to. I don't, I guess I was caring too much and I was caring for the wrong things, the wrong reasons. And I finally just let that shit go. And not to say that I know what the fuck's going on now, but I'm in a much better place because I allow myself, but it started with leaving substances. It started with leaving a lot of the shit, like drinking and even like chasing women, like that's crazy. And I'll talk about that later, but even that helped me out. Like I started having a lot of alone time. And I don't know if you could share to this, but you're not really alone. You're not
No, no,
alone,
you're not, are you?
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so powerful. And that's when like I was like, man, like it just hit me. I'm like, all this time I was scared to be alone. I was trying to control like the situations, what I would do, how I would do it, while at the same time not caring, which fucking crazy, right? It's fucking nuts. But I think a lot of us deal with that, and we jump into substances and stuff that inebriates us because we're just. It's not that we wanna get into that state, but we're just we're running away from we don't understand or for we can't, I guess fathom in some cases to even articulate in our mind. A lot of it has to do with, your head being hit. PTSD is a real deal. It really is, but I think
Sure.
it could be you can heal from it. I think I can say, hey, there's help out there. There really is help. And part of the podcast too is being able to help out, as we roll this stuff out. I'm gonna be shooting links for like, you know, um, veteran advocacy groups. And I know they're everywhere. But it's like anything, right? It takes you making the fucking first move. And a lot of us say, "Oh yeah, I'll get to it. Oh yeah, I'll get to it." Well, motherfuckers, like we didn't have a chance to get to it when we were out in fucking mission. We fucking had to fucking do it. So think about it the same way. You're your own mission. Like go fucking do stuff that fucking helps you out. Veteran homelessness shouldn't be the way it is. It shouldn't. We have so much help, like so much help, so much resources out of all the groups out there suffering. We're doing it to ourselves because
Yeah, definitely. I think that there's a mindset, right? There's a culture that especially, that if you don't have before the military, you certainly do after, right? Like we're here, we're number one, we're fucking American warriors, bro. Like we don't need help. I don't need your help. It's somehow gonna damage this armor that I have, like this kryptonite. I can't touch it because if I ask for help, then what else might I need help with? And that's really what we're avoiding, right? Like we're really just avoiding what else is going on inside of here that I don't have control over. Because I think control is all out here. It's all out in the fucking ether, bro. It's all outside of me. But it's not, bro. You have no control over the outside. Nothing, right? Like, dude, a fucking tree outside could fall in this house right now. I have no fucking control over it, but I have control of myself. I have control that, if it does, everything will be okay because I'm only borrowing this fucking meat suit for a little while I'm here anyway, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to experience and take all those experiences in as much as possible. Um, and so we do. We try. It's interesting you said that. Now we're all worried about control, in some form or another? Are we controlling ourselves? Are others controlling us? If so, how can we gain that control back? Is it from inside? Is it from the outside? I mean, there's a lot of questions going on, and when you're so used to such a structured environment like the military, where you kind of know where your control is, right? Like if I'm a private, bro, I know my control. It's fucking none. I mean, I'm just here. You do what you want with me and let me have some fucking food every now and then and maybe a little bit of sleep. That's it, right? And so when you get out, I mean, even when you're in, bro, like when we were overseas, I mean, we had people doing our fucking laundry for us. The food was made, fucking like everything's all being controlled in some way or another, whether it's by us or being volunteered up to be controlled by someone else. It's all fucking structured. And then you get out back into normal people world, and it's like, man, it's fucking chaos out here, dude. Ain't nobody in control. And if y'all aren't in control of yourselves, how the fuck can I be in control of myself when I'm too busy trying to police you, you know? And so all of these things start going on, and it's like, man, I'm fucking out of control. And so we grab drinks or smoke or pills or whatever it is, because that gives us some sort of false control, right? Well, at least if I can't control out here, and I certainly can't control inside, at least I know that I can put this in my body and everything will fucking drop off a cliff. And to an extent, that is control, right? Like that's one of the most ultimate forms of outward control on everything. But in doing so, I don't know, I mean, I would imagine, but with other people out there listening to this, with you, certainly with me, like the amount of damage that I was doing trying to grab control was pushing everything so much farther out and isolating me even more. And the more that happened, the more it was a vicious cycle, right? And so like when I was alone, um, well, I had lost everyone, and so I was forced to be alone, really. And it was so bad. Like I was avoiding anything that was going on inside of me, anything. I mean, there were so many just static lines and frequencies just all over the place, bro. Like you talk about like chakras and everything, like the whole fucking thing was just out of balance. I mean,
We didn't tell our audience about chakras just yet.
oh well, we
Thanks for
can we
dropping that
can
dime.
yeah,
Woo!
yeah, we can edit that back. We'll,
No,
we'll
no,
run that
that's good. I like it.
back.
I love
But
it.
but I mean, everything was just out of whack, dude. My heart wasn't open. I couldn't get past the lower centers, right? Because there was so many blocks, which were blocking everything on the outside. And yeah, so the breath work, the so that's really where it started for me, bro. I don't know about you, but like I was just alone one night and I just couldn't take it anymore. Like I really couldn't. Uh, I ended up attempting probably 4 times total. Um, and not a single one of them obviously kicked, which I'm very thankful for. Um, I'm thankful that you made it out of that too, bro, because that's a really, really dark fucking place to be, you know? Um, so I appreciate you and I appreciate you sharing that with me, dude. I really do, because that's not an easy one to talk about at all. Um, yeah, and so I was sitting in my bathroom and I just scrolling on the fucking internet, anything to get some dopamine, some type of chemical to make me feel a little bit better. And I found breath work, dude, with it was Dr. Joe Dispenza like talking about the breath of life and like explaining a tutorial on how to do it. I was like, this motherfucker, bro, he thinks he can just breathe through life. What the fuck? I wish I
The
could live in
fucking
his world.
audacity.
Just think
Nigga, I
breathing's gonna do
breathe.
it.
I
Yeah, yeah,
breathe
yeah.
already.
Yeah. Right, right. Well, how you gonna tell me to breathe? I'm breathing right now, It's like fuck, man. And but I tried it, dude. I mean, when you get to a point where you want change, I tried it and it didn't do shit. That first time I was like, I knew this motherfucker wasn't shit. You know? But but if you stick with it and you know, there was so much shit in there. Like I needed obviously more than one 7-second video on TikTok, right? I mean, you needed to really fucking commit to the shit. And yeah, and that's really what started the whole thing for me, bro. Was like, oh wow, like that one day. I think it was like the third or fourth time that I did the breath work, and just something happened inside of me, bro, and like everything just started rewiring and like clicking, and it was a crazy experience. And at that point, bro, I mean, there's no fucking going back, dude. You know what I mean? Like if you commit to a 5, 7 days, whatever it is, it's very short. And you get that one experience, dude, and you never know when it's gonna happen. But that one, like the whole fucking my nervous system, my right side, the unconscious side of my brain, like it just there was no denying. I couldn't lie to myself and be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, motherfucker, I experienced it. Like I can't go tell anyone what just happened here. You know what I mean? Because they'll think I'm
Maybe
fucking
you're
crazy.
fucking cuckoo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was the first time, man, they threw me into fucking psych wards 3 different times for like weekend stays and shit over the course of like the last 10 years. Well, the first 5 years of getting out. And this is the first time where I was not on anything at all. I was sober as fucking pie, bro. And I was afraid to tell anyone what I had just experienced. Like it was deep and profound, you know? And I think, yeah, I think if we can find ways to help people find that path, like there, there's so much already inside of each and every one of us that we already have, that it's about refocusing and reshaping where our mind's eye is really looking, right? Like, are we focused on the outside and everything we don't have? Are we focused on the inside and all the love that we actually need? Right? Because if we can find that we need love and find those places that it is, we can direct that love and that energy to those spots, and everything else just ripples out, bro. It's a ripple out effect, you know. It really does start from.
I'm glad you went there because you know, it's a good segue as we're looking to close this out. I think on the next one we should talk about where we're at, you know, how we're there and how we're maintaining and how we're looking to grow, right? Um, we shared a little bit. We got a little deep today without too much detail, but we both shared quite a bit, and that's the intent, right? I think o overall, I'd love to have some veterans jump on board and come talk to us, you know, be part of the podcast, be part of these conversations, share their experiences, um, and their successes again, and how they're helping others, right? Like we're trying to help our brothers and sisters as well, right? And a lot of it is just being able to understand each other. We can't talk to just anybody because they won't get it.
Yeah,
They won't get it, and it's tough. So I see why we shut down, you know?
certainly.
I see why
Yeah,
we just get tunnel vision and then we just continue to pile it on, you know? So how can Jesse's experience and this aha moment through again unfortunate events, right? But it brought you to this place where like you're at peace, you're successful, you're enjoying life, you're doing what you can, you're being a great father, you're loving, you're seeking love, you're in love, you're love. And no homo, no Diddy, I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
But the reality that changes from like coffee and hate, whiskey and hate to love. Love's a real fucking thing. And when I started loving myself, it really changed my life. It really changed my life. So I wanna make sure that we can touch, you know, a few brothers and sisters out there by just being a voice, being a shoulder, digital shoulder to lean on, and then slowly but surely offer them resources more than what we should, because we have to give them some tough love too. Sometimes we gotta hold each other accountable, you know. So we gotta do our own shit, you know. So not just for others, but mostly for ourselves. You can't help nobody if you don't help number one, right? So um. I want to talk about, you know, what we're doing now, you know, on our next one. So, um, yeah, bro, I think for our first one, I think for our first hour, I think it went well. I think
Yeah,
what I'm gonna do is, like I said, as soon as I cut here, I'm gonna figure out how to send this to you. If not, I'm gonna give you access so you can jump in and you can mess around with it, like, you know. But I
yeah.
want to see, like, do we use it all for the first one? Do we just use edits? But I think on the next one we should talk about. Um, real quick, maybe like a 5 minute, hey, this is me and you, this is me, and then kick it off to vice versa, however we want to start it,
Yep.
and then talk about what we're doing today. Like like how we're doing it. Talk about, how you take care of your family, just being successful, like you being at peace, not necessarily talking too much about the military, and then we could finish, not talk about the military, but talk about where we're at now, and then as we kind of finish up, we can bring in talk about some of our experiences. I wanna highlight some of our fucking oh shits back in Afghanistan or
Yeah,
training
yeah.
like that, that
Definitely.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to focus on like helping legitimately having others listen to our fucking us talking openly, yip yapping, chatting, and also us being structured on how we can drop in nuggets of how we've been successful, whether it's emotional, mentally, physically, with our family, with our children, whatever it is, in each segment, each podcast, drop some of that so that there's love and hope, man. I mean, because that's what we're trying to do, and at the same time, we can reminisce. I think we'll reminisce, and that'll be the easiest aspect of doing this thing. Is and if we could have someone else, maybe not right away. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you've been thinking. I don't know if you want to share on any ideas, and we should brainstorm on should we do another one before another one and then edit both of them and launch one? I'm thinking hopefully we can launch something in April.
Yeah.
Get enough videos so we can figure it out, like what it looks good. You can edit one, I can edit one. We can see how it looks like.
Yeah, I
Um,
think we can do that. We can do different edits. One of the big things that I think would be advantageous is if I mean we covered a lot of different, topics today. We really did when you think about it. Um, what I would suggest is we cut up cut it all up, dude. Let's make like 30 fucking, have AI like just run up 30 different clips, like the best and let's clip for X, Y, and Z, whatever it comes out to. And just post those, bro. And like we'll see, because it's all different topics. We'll see what ones are gaining traction. We'll see which ones have the analytics behind it, and then just double down on the ones that are working,
I
you
love
know.
that. See,
I think
that's what I'm talking about. Ah, that's what's up. Okay. Okay. I like that. Well, then the first thing I got to do is give you access to this thing. Send you this video. Well, I think I'm gonna use what Riverside I'm gonna see. I haven't paid
yep.
for it myself, but I think that's what it does, right? Like you could dump in like a recording and it'll chop it up for you.
I don't know if Riverside will. NVIDIA will. Do you use NVIDIA?
NVIDIA?
Yeah.
No, I can download that. So I have a lot of stuff on my phone, but not on my laptop. But I want to do that exactly what you just said because I know so NVIDIA does that. We can dump it in there and it'll chop it up, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
NVIDIA.io.
In video.
Yeah.
NVIDIA.io. Okay. So I think that's the best route, dude. You hit it right on the money. Let's just throw it on there and let's see which one hits.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, we can cross post them too. Like once we get the edits up, like, I mean, 15-second to a minute edits anywhere in there. And we can even do a couple that are like 15-second, couple 30-second, couple 60-second, and throw them on all across the different platforms, right? I mean, the F Facebook Reels will give us good analytics, as well as Instagram Reels. TikTok will give us really good analytics on the back end. And their algorithm is way better than anyone else's. I don't
okay.
give a fuck what anyone says, bro. Like that's what this whole TikTok bullshit was
Yeah.
about. Like their algorithm is fucking scary good.
Okay.
Um, and the one right underneath that would be YouTube Shorts,
Okay.
because we'll be able to ask like what do you think about this? Or really like, some type of small call to action will get people to engage and start talking. And then, dude, the market research is just putting the videos out there and then seeing what people are saying, right?
Okay.
And they'll tell us, especially with it being like engaging and authentic and like really what it's meant to be. Like that transcends, dude, it's fucking energy, right, bro? It
Mhm.
transcends the camera or the microphone or the screen. Like if you're being fucking authentic, like all these kids out here, and I say kids, but like us too, like we grew up with the fucking internet, bro. Like we've been through the stages of forced and scripted and bullshit, bullshit,
Yeah.
bullshit. Like we have these filters, like on our eyes that just like are like, okay, that's bullshit, fucking next, or that's AI next, like that's Photoshop next. Like so authenticity when it comes through, it hits like some parts of our brain where we're just like, oh, okay, cool. And now you're engaged and now you're listening. And that energy fucking comes through this goddamn camera, bro. For
Okay.
real.
All right. So game. So then, all right. Do you want to set another one for another hour? And then what I'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
is between now and then, I think our homework should be let's come up with a good name.
Okay.
And then, um,
Are you thinking weekly or twice a week, bi-weekly? What's your schedule look like?
I don't know. What do you think? Weekly?
Yeah, I think weekly for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Weekly would be good, and then we'll see what kind of like I think so between this one and the next one, um. We'll understand what's going on. But even with this one, and you might beat me to it, I'm gonna figure out the stuff. We can start posting it, like obviously start just posting it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
I wanna have like a name before we start posting it, right? Or maybe I don't know. What do you think? Should we just start posting it and then introduce the podcast channel?
Yeah, fuck it, bro.
Yeah,
Like we'll come up with a name
we'll
along the
figure
way.
it
Like,
out.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
it's not important. I mean, it is important, don't get me wrong. It's important what the name is, right? Because we're trying to
Well, for me,
captivate.
yeah, I want people to be able to reach you, reach us,
Yeah,
reach
yeah.
for help
Well,
too.
tell everyone right now where they can get a hold of you at, bro.
Oh shit, as a matter of fact, yes, y'all can get a hold of aldo.ocampo.official on my IG or Aldo Ocampo on Facebook. Um AO Pathways Instagram as well. And I got a couple LinkedIn. I'm a professional, believe it or not. I don't know how the
Hell
fuck
yeah.
it happened, but we made it happen.
Professional.
Shoot it. How about you, bro?
Hell yeah. Bro, right now I don't have many things going on online. I've kept a nice quiet profile.
I'm dragging his
Um,
ass out.
yeah, I mean that's gone for now. So what we're gonna do is just Jesse Loring on Facebook, J Loring 22 on Instagram. Um, yeah, and more to follow. More to follow. I'll have more ats next time for sure.
I love it. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
All right, bro. I appreciate your time. Let me know. So when do you want? Let's set down a date right now.
Yeah, you want to do, does this work for you? 10 o'clock on Tuesdays?
Does that work? Yeah, it works for
Yeah, it
me.
works for me. All
Okay.
right, that's what it is.
So we'll keep it 10 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock my time, Tuesdays. That's it. And then for now, like I said, I'm gonna figure out how to share this with you, and
Yep.
let's just go have at it. Start posting this shit.
Hell yeah, brother.
Woo! All
Hey,
right,
man,
bro.
I really appreciate it. This was fun.
Same here, bro. Let's make something happen.
Hell yeah, bro. I'll be in touch.
All right, later.
Later.